Delicious.
I love Banku. Give me Banku any day with anything, be it soup, okra, pepper. But I would say Banku with freshly ground pepper is something that I truly enjoy. Maybe because I don't eat it that often. A few days ago, I picked some fresh peppers from my garden. Super excited, my very first harvest for the year. And if you love to garden, I know you know the excitement that comes with. So anyway, this is an early girl heirloom tomato. That's the first one I picked, and I also picked this husky cherry red tomato. And normally I would just make a salad with my very first harvest, or just make some freshly ground pepper and eat something with it. And I shared a video here, and Elfrida Emisa suggested that I make some Banku with fried tilapia and some ground pepper in my earthenware pot. Exactly, that's what she wanted me to do. But I don't have tilapia, but I did have some mackerel in my freezer, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to wait till I pick a few more ripe tomatoes. So I kept the first 2 tomatoes I picked in the fridge, and 2 days later I picked these other tomatoes, and I'm adding some freshly picked peppers as well. And then inside we go to start making Elfrida's request. Thanks so much, Elfrida, for your love and support, and for this great suggestion. This was very well enjoyed. So I have in my blender my peppers, that was my jalapenos, as well as my banana peppers, and 1 Fresno chili that I also picked. I'm going to add to it half of my large onion. Gonna cut this up, blend it, and I'm going to use some of this green chili sauce to marinate, just the freshly ground green chili. I'm not going to make a sauce. I'm going to use some of that to marinate my fish and grill it, and then the rest was going to be served, freshly ground green chili sauce. My heirloom tomato, I realized, has no seeds. This is my first time planting the early girl heirloom. It had no seeds. I cut it up to try to get out the seed. I don't know, maybe later on when I have bigger tomatoes, I'll have some seed. So I've blended my green chili. I have my mackerel here. It's all cleaned, and I'm seasoning it with some salt. I'm going to add to it about a tablespoon of my green chili blend, just to give it a little bit of spice, and of course just a little seasoning because I have some onion here, nothing else, no garlic or anything. Very simple, because the pepper itself, I'm intending to just eat it raw as my my mekoyerawa, or my freshly ground pepper that will go with my banku. Today we are keeping this very, very simple. You could literally just put salt on your mackerel and grill it, and it's still going to taste good. But I'm just adding the pepper because I want that little amount of spice in here. And of course the onion is just going to add a little bit of aroma and flavor to it as well. Very, very simple. And as you saw me do, I made sure that every part of my mackerel is covered with my seasoning, so it tastes good. Every part of it is going to be amazing. I normally make my banku with my own homemade cornmeal. I will just blend my cassava, whether it's fresh cassava that I peel myself or frozen cassava, whatever is available to me. I will just blend it and then add it to my corn dough. So that's what we are going to do now. I've added some water to my cassava. I'm going to blend it, and then we just pour it over our corn dough and start making our banku. I don't like to buy cassava dough because normally it has the strings of the cassava still in there, and I like to make my banku without having to strain my ingredients. So far as I know that everything is good in here, I just go ahead and make the banku. So this is my cornmeal that I fermented. This I fermented for just 2 days. I'm going to just use some to make my banku and leave the rest to keep fermenting for an extra day. It is pretty warm here, so I think 3 days is more than enough for that. I've added my cassava meal to that, rinsed out my blender, and I'm going to mix this with just that water. I always like to boil some water, so I don't like to prepare banku or anything like that. I think I've said that several times here. So I typically would have some boiling water set aside. So I just make it a very thick mixture, and then add some boiling water here, and then start stirring. So in no time my banku is done. Yes, and that is what I'm doing. I'm going to add some salt to it. Banku typically needs a lot of salt. I mean, more than you would put in other stuff, not like a lot more salt, but yeah, banku tastes better when it has enough salt in there, I should say.
Delicious. Delicious.
So now that I have my salt in there, I'm going to add some of my boiling water to it. Did you see the change? It's like almost right away it turned, the hot water brought out the starchiness of my mixture. You could see that it's almost like the center of it was cooked. So quickly you stir, and I'm going to just add a little bit more hot water. You don't want to just pour too much hot water right away, or whatever water, because you want your banku to be of a certain texture and not going to end up like porridge. So I think this texture is good for the most part. For me, I'm going to start cooking it on the stove top, and you are going to stir until it starts to thicken. Just like it has at this point, you can see that it's starting to form some curds. You want to keep stirring, because once you leave this, you're likely to end up with your banku becoming lumpy, and nobody wants lumpy banku.
Delicious. Delicious, yeah, yeah. Delicious, da-da. Delicious, yeah, yeah. Delicious, da-da-da. Delicious, delicious, da-da.
Once your banku is this texture, you want to start bringing it to the edges of your pot, just like I'm doing. Try to rub it. That is the way you are going to just smoothen out all the lumps. I mean, these are not real lumps, but it's going to end up being lumpy if you don't do this. So you're going to bring it to the edges like this and smoothen it out. And as you keep doing this and folding it back into the center, you are going to end up with a very, very well textured, smooth banku. So I don't like to stand here and keep stirring my banku like forever. So normally at this point I add a little bit of water and just turn it and cover it, so the steam helps to cook the banku. That way I'm not slaving for my food all day long. I'm gonna pour out my green chili so I can make the blender available to start making my red pepper. So in my blender, I've added my pepper, onions, and my cut up tomatoes, and that is all. I'm going to add some salt to this and just blend without any water, and that is it. Our green chili and our red chili will be ready. So I'm giving the banku about 10 minutes on low heat to let the vapor cook it through before I stir it any longer. And whilst that waits, I'm also going to go ahead and send out the fish to get grilled. So the grill has already been started. It's hot already. We're just going to go ahead and place our mackerel here to grill. I have 2 videos here already that I oven grilled my mackerel, and I think about 2 other times in some cook with me and meal prep with me videos I've made this. We always have mackerel at home. So there are recipes for you if you want to use your oven, but I thought today being a beautiful day, why not just do it here and share with you how I do it outside on the grill. Definitely tastes better, but trust me, in the oven it is just good as well. So there we go with our fish. We weren't thinking straight, I think, because normally we would put the fish across the grill, so we have the grill marks on it beautifully, but this is how we did it. We figured it out later on and turned the other side so we get that beautiful look. So we cover the grill and we are going to give it about 10 minutes on very low heat to cook through before we turn it. And now our banku, just look at what the vapor has done. The little water in here has helped to cook it. If you were paying attention to it previously, you will see that the color has changed. It is more translucent. You can even see that part of the middle as I stir it still has a little bit of whitish tinge to it, more than the part that was exposed directly to the heat, like the moisture. So I've stirred this for about 5 more minutes. I'm tasting it, and I think at this point it is very well cooked. I'm just going to stir it about 1 more minute and our banku is done.
Can you smell the aroma? Yeah.
So now let's go out and flip our mackerel. Whether you cook fish on the grill or in the oven, or even in frying fish, especially when you're pan frying or even deep frying, patience is very, very vital. Like once you make sure that you've given your fish enough time to cook, it shouldn't be a disaster when you turn it or you flip it. You shouldn't end up having the skin peel off or your fish falling apart. Like as you can see, with just a gentle tug at it, it just rolls right over because it is very cooked on the side that is directly facing the heat. So as soon as we flipped all our fish, we were like, where are the grill marks? Oh, what did we do wrong? Of course, I live for grill marks. So we realized, of course, we were just putting it straight going with the flow of the grill rack instead of having the fish lay across it. So we are trying to just make sure that they are flipped so they go across, because those grill marks need to come. So our mackerel is going to require an extra 10 to 12 minutes to be cooked so we can eat. And I've come back inside the kitchen and making my banku into balls.
Delicious. 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 Can you smell the aroma? Yeah. From Kwachi West Kitchen. Yeah.
It took me about just as long to finish making my banku into balls. The fish is also ready at this point, perfectly grilled. It's smelling so good here. It looks perfect. Just look at that. How gorgeous is this? I didn't mention it in the beginning, but that is Norwegian mackerel. That is always what I buy. I've come to realize that it is the one that tastes just like the one in Ghana. It feels just like it as well. So I'm tempted to say it is the exact one that we have in Ghana. Other forms of mackerel I've tried, it was just not the same. So if you find Norwegian mackerel, please try that and let me know what you think as compared to others that you may have bought before. Just look at this. Just look at that. Sizzling hot, straight up transported onto the streets of Accra, just like that. One thing I can tell you about tomatoes that is from your backyard or your garden or your farm is that it smells different and tastes way better than the ones that they sell in the store. Like tomatoes from your yard will smell like how tomatoes used to smell like. I don't know if you remember it, because those ones that they sell in the store, you don't smell anything. And this green chili, oh, so fragrant, extremely hot. If you're looking to get paposhito, just go ahead and plant yourself some green peppers and it's gonna be good. Like, this combination is so good. A real case of eat what you grow, grow what you eat. Elfrida, I am super thankful to you because this was very much enjoyed. And of course, the real lover of grilled mackerel had to do the taste test first. Yes, and he did an amazing job grilling this. This is so good. If this is your first time watching me, my name is Kwanchua, and making simple, replicable family meals like this is what truly makes my heart happy. And I hope you subscribe to my channel. And until I come your way next time with something delicious, be loving, be kind, be happy.